All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Portland Riverhogs and the Houston Voyagers. This one taken from the 7.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Down. 8, read.
Stop your whining.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Hey, watch the slant.
Bravo.
50 Mike, 50
They'll run on first down. It's Pope. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Pope. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check nickel.
On 2nd down now. It's Pope. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
70, Indy. Hey, zoom. Snap.
To throw on 3rd down. Hollis into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready, break. 6-6, pull it high. Let go.
On the draw, it's Pollard, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and it's complete. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He's checking.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point safely through. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and
blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hollis going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 8-3. General West.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Six guys. Alert flare.
On the ball. Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Watch the whip.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Check. Watch the safety screen. Back. He's coming. Double up.
Go. Snap.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Ready. X3. 218. Jump.
Rush in. Undercrouch. Check safety.
Pilot. 64. Weak. Check 49. Go.
Second and 2. And it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, Delta. Big grip.
They run it with Pope, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go. 50, plant.
You might be getting tired of these
6-6, pull it high.
From the gun on third down. Hollis being chased out left. He goes full extension, and he's got it. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. On first down, Pope. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Second and 10. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And now look at him go. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. This is Pope. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Pope, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked, just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready, ready. 8, read.
Here we go, get off the field.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Check, Mike 57, Mike 57. I hope you brought your rush because I'm about to check.
Go.
On third down, Pope. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Greystone, travel.
25, check 25, check 25.
Shoot.
On first down, it's Pope. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch twist. Watch twist.
2nd and 14. And his pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Hey, orbit. Go.
On 4th down, Hollis. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out, and as a result, possession switches hands. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Kill.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Check 61. Matchbox lights. Get it.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down.
Now the ball comes loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Check 3. 218, chop.
Come on. Check three.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, what a move. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. He'll look to throw.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
They'll take over first and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned it under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
Let's go, D.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. They'll run on first down. Pollard, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
SOS.
2nd and 5. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the gun on third down, Hollis.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Switch. Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. Now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
15, line it. 15 line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Pollard looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Go now. At
the 29-yard line.
On first down, Pollard. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
61, matchbox, white.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
2nd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They'll run on first down. It's Pope, and from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They run with Pope again. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Throwing on first down. Hollis. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Here's Pope. That reception, it brings him up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are able to get a score back. Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll look to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what we thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down is paramount. They can get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Tight dog.
Watch safety green.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
Check.
A gain of 5 brings up second.
Check.
Here's Pollard again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
General West. Ready?
On third down, Pollard. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The throw over the middle taken in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pope. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Looking to throw. Hollis. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the side.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw. Hollis nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Hollis. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Hollis under pressure again, and down he goes again. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike, 57. On the ball. 57.
On 4th down, Hollis. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On 1st and 10, Hollis. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Gay is on for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Ready? 70, Indy. Recon, 132 fighter.
Let's go, defense.
Shoot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Jannard Avery, his second sack of the night. That one looks like he'll throw here. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
Now, I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll keep it on the ground. Holt, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Get it.
On third down, Hollis. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Hey, man.
On 4th down, Hollis. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
18, Gator.
Watch the curve, watch the curve.
Ready.
On 1st down, Pollard. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Here we go.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, the win